Alright, we're back, and as you see, we had ourselves a bit of a wedding recently. Certainly not a white wedding, although I gotta acknowledge, I kind of feel like the bride being in white was a little overrated, so this is actually a really nice twist to see. But more than anything else, I'm really happy, although as a single male, amongst other things, along with so many other single males, we're a little saddened by this, but, it is what it is. No, it's a beautiful thing. Clearly, the two of them are happy together. That's all that matters. So, congratulations to Buddy Matthews and Rhea Ripley. Also, huge congratulations I want to send out to Alex and Jody Muntz, my cousin Alex, who got married over the weekend. So shout outs to y'all on that one. It was a beautiful wedding. Had a great time up there, and just enjoyed seeing a lot of faces that I hadn't seen in a long time. So if you're seeing this is for y'all. But real quick, I just wanted to go into this because obviously Rhea's been out for some time with a significant arm injury or hand injury. I don't remember the specifics on that, but of course it works out well that she hasn't been on TV, especially so that we could have things like this. And if nothing else, I feel like whenever we actually do get Rhea Ripley back, it's gonna be reinvigorated, refreshed, like all those things. And just given the fact that Rhea Ripley, as it stands right now, just even on her worst days, is something to behold. So, just the point I'm trying to make here is when she's back, man, I feel like she's, gonna be just something different with it, I mean, I just feel like there's good things to be able to look forward to with this. But in all the same, though, I also want to talk about this because, there's a lot of talk about her possibly being brought back sooner than later, and she's been pretty well woven into the recent storyline with the Judgment Day, specifically Dom Mysterio, Liv Morgan, who is now the Women's World Champion. And to me, I honestly am quite interested to see how this unfolds. I mean, if you saw Raw last night, you had Priest talking to Dom about it, and was even telling him, who I talk to when they're not happy is Rhea Ripley, and for obvious reasons. But I just like the fact that they've been able to utilize her in this way, and yet she's not even there. Now when she's back again, man, oh man, I can't wait. And with that in mind, speaking of things that we've waited on, we've been waiting to see Pat McAfee back on TV, and of course, reason as to his absence on Raw, not just last week, but last night as well, was due to a passing in his family, specifically his father-in-law, which I'm not going to go into too many of the details on that, but what I do want to say is that it's just odd how all of these things wind up coming together, Of course, everything where McAfee was concerned with the Wyatt Six is just really, really interesting because there were messages that I guess were directed to Pat McAfee, and then, of course, I didn't see this specifically, but of course there were several interruptions of the McAfee show with all of the Wyatt Six stuff, the barcodes, and all the other things that have been coming along pre-Wyatt Six. But, it's just unfortunate that he's missing time for this reason. Again, we just talked about Sika. Of course, I've had other videos specifically about Jerry West. I believe it was Larry Allen, and of course Bill Walton, who all recently passed away. I mean, it's just kind of crazy because it just seems like a lot of people are having that happen, and that's been true lately. But the fact that this is something that, as unfortunate as it is, doesn't affect things all that much. In fact, somehow it's enhanced this storyline when it comes to the Wyatt Six, and of course Pat McAfee's absence. I mean, it just, you know, everything in terms of how it comes together, how it's all justified, is actually amazing. Again, I don't like that this is under these circumstances, but, you know, it's just one of those wild coincidences where you actually got to do what you can with it and just roll with it. I don't know how to look at this, but condolences to Pat McAfee, his wife, and all of those closest to them. I know that that's not something that you want to be dealing with, but, you know, I just wanted to talk about this specifically because, you know, just how it's amazing how they say the show goes on and yet it's not even affecting McAfee in any way, because obviously he's got his spot locked down. He'll be back, and of course along the way he'll have his carryover with the storyline as well. You know, I mean, it's just going to be interesting to see how all that unfolds, you know, but pretty sad stuff along the way with that too. That said, we're going to move right along to what seems to be the surprise of the weekend. Now, I did say in my video earlier this morning, I have still yet, even now, to watch AEW's Forbidden Door. So, I guess we don't have to worry about spoilers so much because at least I know the results. Specifically, Britt's back. Britt's back. And it's funny because, again, just the way all these things tie together. I'm about to do another video here, so stay tuned for that coming up in a bit, where I'm going to talk about a certain meeting with Mercedes Mone and Shane McMahon at an airport, but that's for another video in time. We're going to save that for then. This, however, was actually Britt Baker making her first appearance on AEW programming in several months. Now, what's wild to me is that I don't think there was any clear detail as to why she was no longer on TV other than some apparent backstage drama, which, whatever truth there is to that, you know, hopefully that's not so much of an issue now. I would like to think that's long since cooled down. I mean, I don't know what it is, I don't quite get it. But all I know is I'm happy to know that Britt is back. And I think it's something that we've all been waiting on between her and Jamie Hayter. I feel like this is going to be some of that energy. I talked about this in a recent video. I believe it was the night after AEW Dynasty or the night of. Either way, it was along that time. I was talking about MJF, who actually was a part of the kickoff match for the show. But what I was saying at the time is that this is some newly injected energy that I think AEW has been missing for a long time, and it has been sorely missed for a variety of reasons. Most notably of which, it was just funny because, again, she came out after the end of the title match between Mercedes Mone and Stephanie Vacour, which, of course, Mercedes is now the New Japan Strong Women's Champion, along with the TBS Champion, so she's double champion now. But, of course, throughout the match, as it turns out, there were boos towards Monet, which is wild because she's supposed to be the face. Although, I don't know necessarily that Stephanie Vacour was ever billed as any kind of a heel whatsoever. Like, I mean, they just showed highlight packages, and like I said, her style is just, like, it's something else. Like, I actually look forward to seeing more of her, but getting right back to the point, though, she's basically what saved all of that, was Britt Baker. Again, it's just wild to know that that was the case, but yeah, I'm not really sure what else to say, but again, bottom line is, it's good to see that Britt is back, and I feel like the best has to be yet to come. I mean, especially with Mercedes, you got everything going on with Toni Storm. Oh, got some things I want to talk about with that. That'll probably be in a video tomorrow or sometime later in the week. everything that happened there. Oh my goodness. Apparently Forbidden Door was a pretty wild night, and I'm going to check it out at some point. We'll see how that goes, but in the meantime, between time, I thank y'all for coming through. Y'all know what it is. Like, share, subscribe if y'all are new, and I appreciate y'all rocking with me. I'm A and J, and there will be more.